2019, it was a year filled with milestones, crime, scandals, death, and celebrations all around the country and also right here in the two Virginias. As this year is over, let's take a look back, though, at some of the biggest stories of the past 365 days in our backyard. January started with strong debate over West Virginia's education reform. Senate Education Bill 451 was criticized by teachers and teaching unions. In February, West Virginia teachers went on to strike for 2 days. Then, the Omnibus Education Bill, or Senate Bill 451, died in the House of Delegates. Smaller bills cropped up to cover some pieces of legislation from the bill. In late June, Governor Jim Justice signed the Omnibus Education Bill, which paved the way for the Mountain State's first charter schools. Moving on to our next big story of 2019. In February, a Bluefield, Virginia police officer was shot after a traffic stop off Route 460 in Bluefield, Virginia. The manhunt for 25-year-old Donquel Gray continued for several weeks in several states. However, in March, the manhunt came to an end in Morgantown. Police confirmed the identity of the suspect in a shooting as Gray, who was killed after he shot at U.S. Marshals. Our next big story of 2019 involved a milestone. West Virginia State Police celebrated its 100-year anniversary, March 29th in Charleston.
Today's the day that the folks in the West Virginia State Police have been talking about for some time, the 100th anniversary. You know, one of the oldest agencies in the nation, a very colorful agency. I mean, we do everything.
The next headline of 2019, Silicon Valley-based company Intuit announced that it would set up a prosperity hub in downtown Bluefield. In June, the company partnered with Alorica, another California-based company, to hire up to 500 customer service representatives.
The railroad and coal brought prosperity to Bluefield in the late 1800s. This project can bring prosperity to Bluefield to create a new Bluefield with a 21st century economy not based on coal.
Then on July 4th, we learned that West Virginia coal billionaire Chris Klein, along with his daughter and 5 others, were killed in a helicopter crash off the coast of the Bahamas. The National Transportation Safety Board's review says the July 4th crash happened 1 minute after takeoff. It could take up to 2 years to complete a final report. The summer also brought tens of thousands of visitors from across the globe to the Summit Bechtel Reserve in Glen Jean for the 24th World Scout Jamboree. For 10 days in July and August, Scouts had adventures in the mountains of West Virginia. They learned new skills and made friendships they'll never forget. However, 2019 also brought scandals at 2 West Virginia VA facilities. Suspicious deaths at a VA hospital in Clarksburg and a sexual assault investigation at the Beckley VA. U.S. Senator Joe Manchin and VA Secretary Robert Wilkie called for an expedited investigation of up to 11 suspicious deaths at the Clarksburg facility. At least 2 were classified as homicides. Then, in October, the first woman came forward in the case against a Beckley VA physician accused of sexually assaulting dozens of veterans. Then, in late fall, news shocked many baseball fans and local business owners. Major League Baseball announced a proposal that threatens the future of 42 minor league teams across the country. One of those teams is the Princeton Rays. We spoke with a business owner who depends on the Princeton Rays games during the summer months.
I don't know what we do if we weren't doing pea rays in the summertime. I can't remember what I did before then. Everybody said, "You crazy taking on something else?" I said, "Well, I might be, but it sounds like fun. Let's do it."
2019 also brought bad news for miners. Many lost their jobs, including those who worked at the Black Jewel mine in Buchanan County. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in July. However, the end of 2019 also brought good news. Mitchell Stadium won USA Today's poll for Best High School Football Stadium, beating out R.R. Jones Stadium in El Paso, Texas.
It's nice to have a recognition like this, and you can tell by the crowd behind us, everybody's excited. We beat cities that have 500,000 residents and we've got 10,000. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Finally, 2019 ended with Second Amendment sanctuaries popping up all over Virginia. Tazewell County took theirs a step further, adopting 2, a sanctuary resolution and a militia resolution, which promotes the order of militia within Tazewell County pursuant to the Second Amendment. That wraps up our most memorable stories of 2019. We're looking forward to seeing what 2020 has in store.